No mai, haere mai, ma loi lile. Welcome to 3 News. The world's longest petition was unrolled at Parliament today, a 276-metre symbol of frustration at the state of New Zealand's health system. It marks the end of the Hikoi for Health, which has travelled the country, gathering almost 100,000 signatures. The Health Minister didn't front the crowd on the front lawn, but he did acknowledge too many Kiwis are suffering. Senior reporter Juliet Speedy has the story.
A petition stretching the length of nearly 3 rugby fields and nearly 100,000 signatures rolled out across Parliament grounds.
The world's longest petition ever!
It's the finale of a month-long march that's moved through towns and cities, highlighting what organisers say is a health system in crisis. It began in Westport with the Buller Declaration.
Started actually with my dad. He's 85 years old, lives by himself in Buller. He rang me up, said, I'm currently in Buller Hospital, but I'm being shifted to Grey. And I asked him why. He said, lack of staff, they have to shut the hospital down.
From that single sheet petition in Buller, the Hikoi grew as it moved south to north.
When we started this in little old Buller, we had one sheet that had been signed by about 2,000 people. Now that we've finished, we've got 95,000 signatures from all parts of the country.
Each one of these 1,000 people have got stories to tell of how this health system has done them wrong or has done their family wrong, or that they have made a choice that they can't access services because it's too bloody expensive.
That's it.
That's us. I got involved in this because in Napier there's a population of 70,000 people and they do not have overnight healthcare from 8 p.m. at night to 8 a.m. in the morning.
It's really deeply felt by individuals, communities, whānau, and it's really widely held. You know, this is a big issue for most New Zealanders.
And the stories the Hikoi collected along the way were grim.
They want a better health system. They want a well-functioning public health system. It's been really clear. It doesn't matter what age, what sex, what ethnicity. Everybody has a horror story to tell, and I think that's the real travesty.
It's calling for a massive resourcing of a system that recognises the gaps that we have in the distribution of support to rural communities, to Māori Pacific.
The Health Minister didn't meet or address the crowd.
I was in the Cabinet Committee meetings, but ultimately I accept that too many people are waiting too long to be able to get the care that they need.
The Prime Minister has again pointed the finger at the previous government.
I'll just say to them, compared to what was happening under the previous administration, this is a government that's put more money into healthcare than any government in the history of New Zealand.
And Labour insists it's acting too.
I know there's a lot of concern around the state of our health system at the moment. One of the reasons that one of our first major policy announcements for the next election is 3 free doctors' visits is because we want to keep New Zealanders healthier.
And today's massive roll of paper makes one thing clear. The frustration is long, loud and nowhere near over.
OK, Juliet, what else did the government say today?
Well, Prime Minister Christopher Luxon insisted today that his government is doing a good job. He rattled off the amount of doctors and nurses that they've added to the system since being in power and admitted that, yes, health is a very challenging portfolio for any government, but says he is proud of the progress his government has made. But look, there's no question this is going to be a big issue come election next year, and you can see that by the fact that Labour already, one of their first election promises, one of their first policies is around health, those free doctor visits. They've read the room. They see that this is going to matter to Kiwis when they enter that polling booth. But listen, I want to end on a fun fact. You heard that today's petition was the world's longest ever. Well, the record held before today was also here in New Zealand. It was back in 1893, and it was the women's suffrage petition, which was only slightly shorter than the one presented today, and which of course ultimately led to New Zealand being the first country in the world to allow women the right to vote. So I think, Laura, we can officially say that we are not only the land of the long white cloud, we are also the land of the long white petition.